You wake before dawn in Garama, with dung fires already in the air. The leather water skins hang beside your sleeping mat, swollen and dark. And if your judgment fails you today, 12 camels and every man behind them may die between wells. The mudbrick walls still hold the night cold. In the lane outside, date palms stand black against a paling sky, and the underground channels that feed this oasis whisper beneath the packed earth. Your house opens toward the caravan yard, where tethered camels grumble and stamp. You step into the yard while the stars remain. Saddles of wood and leather lie in ordered rows, with rope halters, woven nosebands, and goat hide bags waiting beside them. A boy from your kin group counts bundles of salt and dyed cloth by touch, not by sight. Beyond the yard, Garama stirs slowly. Low towers and courtyard houses gather round gardens green with barley and palms, all fed by the hidden foggaras cut under the sand. At the gate, another caravan has already left. Their tracks run west like faint stitching. Your first labor is water. You press each skin with both hands, testing the seams for weakness. Then knot them in pairs so the loads balance across camelbacks. Dates, barley cakes, copper trinkets, and a small sack of glass beads go into separate packs. Then you walk the line of animals. The lead camel bears yellow teeth, while you tighten the breastband and check the rawhide lashings on its saddle frame. You smear fat over a cracked strap, feel for swelling at the knees, and refuse one young male for the road. At the gate, traders from the north wait with cloaks wrapped close against the dawn chill. They bring amphorae of oil, worked metal, and a packet of bright coral. You answer in short phrases, settle the exchange, and mark their goods with your own knotted cords. Before departure, you stoop by a small hearth and take a coarse meal: a heel of barley bread, 3 dates, a swallow of watered milk. You touch the amulet at your neck, murmur to the powers that watch wells and roads, then rise before the embers fade. Once the sun lifts clear, the weight of command settles harder than any pack saddle. A lame camel, one wrong turning at a broken dune line. Each error steals distance from the next water. Men watch your face for doubt. You keep the caravan stretched long and orderly. 2 drovers walk forward, 1 hangs behind, and the strangers from the north stay in the middle, where they cannot vanish easily. No one drinks freely. Each man gets measured mouthfuls, and the camels wait longer. By mid-morning, the glare begins to flatten the land. Hills of sand mimic one another, and the dry wind wipes away the clearer tracks. You read the ground by harder things: a gravel rise, an outcrop of black stone, the bent trunk of a lonely tamarisk. Near noon, one rider asks whether you have drifted too far south. You do not answer quickly. You kneel, scoop sand, and let it fall through your fingers, watching the wind take it. Your silence holds the caravan together more firmly than anger would. Then the desert changes. A line of dust climbs the eastern horizon, too broad for animals and too fast for marching men. You taste grit before the others notice. At once you shout for cloaks, for ropes, for the loads to be dropped low. The camels groan and buck as the gust strikes. You seize the lead rope with both hands, plant your sandals, and force the first 3 animals to kneel. Men crouch against their flanks. Loose baskets tumble away. Fine sand needles your cheeks and teeth. For a little while, there is almost no world. The sun disappears behind flying dust. Breath comes through wool held tight across your mouth. One water skin breaks loose and rolls, and you lunge after it on hands and knees before the storm can bury it. When the blast begins to weaken, you count aloud. Men first, then camels, then skins. One boy is bleeding from the brow where a wooden pack frame struck him, and 1 jar of oil has shattered. You tie the boy's headcloth tighter and keep counting. The storm leaves ridges where the path had been. Your old markers are gone. You climb a stony rise with your eyes narrowed against the last drifting grit and search for the next sign. A split escarpment you know from other crossings. You turn the caravan toward it and set a slower pace. Nobody speaks much now. Sand has worked into every fold of cloth and every strap nut. The camels move with long offended grunts, and the strangers from the north obey without bargaining. Late light reveals what noon concealed. Ahead lies a shallow basin where scrub clings to the ground and the sand darkens near buried damp. You send one man with a hoe and another with a skin bucket. They dig where an older well mouth should be. The first scoops bring only dry crumble. Then the earth cools. A little deeper mud clings to the hoe. When seepage finally gathers at the bottom, no one cheers. You lower a bowl carefully, muddy the first draw, discard it, and wait for clearer water. By sunset, the camp forms in a half circle around the renewed well. Loads come down. Kneeling camels huff and chew. You rub their necks where the harness has bitten, then ration out feed from a sack of crushed barley and dried stalks. Supper is quiet. You share dates, hard cheese, and a mash of barley wetted with the new water. The injured boy eats beside you with one eye swollen nearly shut. You give him the softer dates and tell him he walked bravely in the storm. After the meal, you stand apart from the sleeping mats and lift your hands toward the darkening sky. The heat drains quickly from the sand. Behind you, men murmur, cough, and settle. Before you, the desert opens black and silver under rising stars. At last, you lie down with your cloak wrapped tight and a date stone in your palm. The camels shift beyond the fire's edge, and the well smells of damp earth in the night air. Could you have survived this job? Be honest.